Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear listeners, welcome back to Sit Down with Us, where stories of faith, history, and inspiration come alive. Today, we take you back to a day that changed the course of Islamic history, a day of courage, divine intervention, and unwavering faith, the Battle of Badr. It was second year after the Hijrah, the migration of Prophet Muhammad and his companions from Makkah to Medina. The Muslims were still settling into their new lives, but the Quraysh of Makkah weren't done yet. They had seized the wealth and homes left behind, and now they were planning revenge. The Prophet Muhammad received news that a Quraysh trade caravan led by Abu Sufyan was returning from Syria, heavily loaded with goods. It was guarded lightly. The Muslims saw this as an opportunity to reclaim some of their lost wealth. But Abu Sufyan changed route and sent for backup. The Quraysh responded with force and army over 1,000 men. The Muslims, on the other hand, just 313. Most were not well armored. There were only 2 horses and around 70 camels between them. The night before the battle, the Prophet Muhammad and his companions camped near the well of Badr. The night he spent hours in prayers, raising his hands and saying, "O Allah, if this group is destroyed today, you will not be worshipped on earth." It was a night of fear, but also trust in Allah's promise, trust in Allah's plan. The day of Badr, it was 17th Ramadan. The sun rose on the 17th Ramadan. The battlefield was dry and hot, but the atmosphere was electric with faith. As the armies stood face to face, 3 Qurayshi champions came forward: Utbah, Sheba, and Walid. The Muslims responded with Hamza Ali and Ubaidah ibn al-Haris. In a fierce duel, the Muslims were victorious. Then the battle began. Despite being outnumbered more than 3 to 1, the Muslims stood firm. Allah sent angels as mentioned in the Quran to support them. Indeed, Allah supported you at Badr when you were few in numbers. Surah Al-Imran, Surah number 3, Ayat 123. Victory and reflection. By the end of battle, 70 Quraysh were killed and 70 were taken as prisoners. Among the dead were some of the strangest enemies of Islam, including Abu Jahl. Only 14 Muslims were martyred. This wasn't just a military victory, it was a spiritual turning point. The believers learned that victory doesn't depend on numbers or weapons, but on faith, unity, and the help of Allah. The Battle of Badr reminds me and reminds us that even in our toughest moments, when the odds are against us, when everybody is against us, Allah's help is always near. It teaches us patience, courage, and the power of dua. That did Prophet Muhammad on that day. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, sit down with us, and share it with others and with your friends. May Allah keep us firm like the Sahaba on the day of Badr. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.